life. Musings of days past. A wake-up call. Wake up! It was a jolt to my system that I was totally unprepared for. I thought I'd been on course in creating the life I wanted and doing what it took for that to come to fruition. I thought I had seen what I needed to see and taken the actions I needed to take. But something had been nagging at me and I couldn't put my finger on it. It was weighing on me with an almost imperceptible weight that no one else would have detected. Like a feather with a sharp point on the end. The thing that I hadn't realized was that on some level I had become complacent. No, actually it was more than that. I had become depressed without realizing it. It happened after a bout with COVID, one that put me in the hospital and sapped all of my energy reserves. After a year of working to regain my health and making some progress, COVID had set me back without me realizing what was happening. The immediate illness was over, but the after effects were debilitating. As a result, I had settled into a state of depression that had snuck in through the back door and made itself at home in my heart. And now here I am longing for more life, more expansion, more connection, and feeling so exhausted and drained that nothing feels possible anymore. The wake-up came after a visit from my son and his partner. They arrived from Peru in a flurry of energy and excitement at being here. It was contagious, and I did all I could to keep up, but the reality of my physical situation made it clear that I couldn't. All of a sudden, I was struck with the awareness that not only was I turning 70, but also that my life was so small and contained that I was suffocating. Along with that came the feeling that there was no real hope for anything more. It was seeing what I wanted, what I knew in my heart was the way I dreamed of living, and the reality that I couldn't have that struck me so hard. What is possible at 70 with ill health, facing more medical procedures and recuperations? Can I even make plans for more when the next year appears to be all about more of the same? Dare I dream? Is it too late? There's a reality to being 70 that is very different from being in my 30s. I don't know how many more decades I have left to create the life I want and enjoy living it. Mortality is suddenly very real. There's too much life I want to live and so little time to do it. What is the point of sharing any of this? I'm not attempting to spread depression, believe me. Here's my point. I was awakened, not by coincidence, but by design. I saw what I saw, felt what I felt so deeply that it confronted me with a decision. I can either stew in my feelings, which I have for a little while, or I can use them to move me. I can either take a breath and resign, or I can take a breath and muster my courage to change course again. I can give up, give in, or I can acknowledge these feelings and make a conscious choice about what to do with them. The point is, I have a choice. There's no such thing as reality. It's all in how I choose to see what is presented to me. I was given a glimpse of what I had originally seen for myself and forgotten in the middle of dealing with illness. I was given a jolt because I needed it to wake up. I was provided with a vision of who I am at my core and what I want for my life. And as long as I have breath left in me, I can still create that vision, no matter what reality seems to be. I speak for us all. In beginning a new year, a new life, a new business, we have a vision of what we want to create. Then life happens all around us and to us, and we can easily get lost in it and forget our original vision. We can forget the spark that brought us that vision to begin with. Forget who we are and what we're capable of. It's easy to forget and think that what's happening now is the new reality. Reality is different for each of us. We each see with different eyes and feel with different hearts. What appears red to one person looks magenta to another. A mountain can be an exciting challenge to climb or an obstacle on our path. A river can offer the opportunity for adventure or be seen as blocking our way to the opposite shore. I have endured more illness, surgeries, procedures, and medical interventions than I care to describe, and without exception, they have all led me to greater awareness on some level. That's because I've used them that way. I am who I am with the wisdom that I now have at 70, largely because of all of the challenges I have survived, both medically and otherwise. This wake-up call, as shocking and heartbreaking as it was, is another opportunity for growth and strengthening my resolve to live the life I dream of. The point is, it's an opportunity if I decide that it is. It can just as easily be a reason to resign and give up. During COVID, I created what I consider to be some of my most beautiful and powerful works of art. I wrote pieces that touched and moved others. Why couldn't I use whatever's coming my way this next year to do the same and more? It's my choice. So will I remain depressed, or will I inspire myself with this? What do I choose to do with this wake-up call? One thing I know for certain. Whenever I am given a gift like this, it's for a purpose. If I don't use it for the intended purpose, it will come back to me as a sledgehammer instead of a kick in the butt. I choose to receive the kick and return it with a thank you this time. Thank you for waking me up to myself yet again.